Hey everybody, hope you are all very well, and welcome to part 6 in this video series looking at triads and chromatic approaches. So this is the final episode in the series where we are going to be looking at major triads, and as we've looked at double chromatics from above and below, here we have a lesson on using those in combination. Okay, now I don't want to get too far into the weeds with the cycle of fourths exercise for this lesson. As with the chromatic, single chromatic approaches from above and below, you can get well and truly into the weeds with different permutations there. I'm going to leave that up to you to go and kind of take a look at that for yourselves, because you could do all kinds of different permutations. So that was from below, above, below, above. But you can be there. You can be there forever, kind of working on that. But start in one key, work through the different permutations. So 3, 1, 5 octave, octave 3, 5, 1, etc., etc. And then start, once you've got it comfortable in one key, start working it around the cycle. If you want to see that exercise in more detail, go and take a look at the exercises in the previous videos. So for now, let's get straight into a musical example here. So we are once again in the key of A major. Now for anybody that is coming straight in on episode 6, let's just very quickly refresh our A major triad. So we have A natural, C sharp, E, and A. Then we also have, because I'm right, I've written these on for 4-string. We also have our C sharp at 6th fret there. Try that again. Okay, so those are all of our those are all of our chord tones which we will be targeting in this musical example. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the example of playthrough. Alright, so hopefully you guys can hear quite clearly there that we've got approaches going on from above and below throughout. But let's break this down. Once again, 2/8 notes dead on the root, as we've had in the last couple of sessions. Then double chromatic down to the 5. 1, 2, and then double chromatic going up to our root. So down to the 5, then up to the root. And so that takes us into bar 2. So 3. Let's just practice that a couple of times. 3, 4, and 2, and 1. And okay. Now in this second bar, it's only chromatics going up. Remember, you don't have to use them going in both directions all the time. So we've got a double chromatic going up to our major third. Then we've got a double chromatic going up to our octave. So that bar, 1, and again, 1, and okay, so fairly straightforward. Root, double chromatic to the 3, double chromatic to the root again, octave higher. Let's just put those two bars together. 1, 2, 3, and 1, and 1, Okay, bar 3 is exactly the same as bar 1. So we've got and. Now let's take a look at bar 4, because we've got a double chromatic going up into the root at the start of bar 4, but then we've got a double chromatic going straight back down to the root. Okay, so interesting tension against the chord there. Double chromatic below going straight into the double chromatic above. Then we've got an octave there, so 3, 4. Then we've got a double chromatic going down to our major third an octave higher. So that's C sharp up top on 6th fret of the G string. And then we're going string skip all the way down to our low E. So again, double chromatic down to our C sharp. Then just bring the plucking finger all the way over to grab that low E, and then we have a double chromatic taking us back into the root again. So let me just play you. I'll play you from the end of bar 3 going into bar 4, so you can hear what all of that sounds like together. So 3, 4. Okay, one more time. 3, 4. Okay, one more. 3, 4. Okay, let's just put those last 2 bars together. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And. Again. And. 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 Okay, hopefully that all makes sense. Just one little thing actually just came into my head. With the double chromatics going into that 4th bar, with the left hand, what's going on is I'm always using 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, 1, 2, and 4. That's the fingering that I'm using there for both of those. So I'm using 1, 2, 4 going up to the A. But then I shift my whole hand further up the bass neck, and I'm doing pinky, middle, index, because then when we come to do that octave A, that octave jump, my pinky is ready to go right there on the octave. So that shift is quite important. So we've got double chromatic up, shift, that pinky's right there, and then you shift your hand over just a little bit, and then when you hit that low E, I'm then moving my fretting hand down to take us back up that double chromatic into the root note at the start of the groove. Okay, that's just a little important note, a little important aside there for the fretting hand technique. Okay, so that is a little look at a musical example where we have double chromatics going in both directions. I am going to do some bass line breakdowns. There's an incognito tune which I'm quite looking forward to getting into with you further down the line. But for now, guys, take that musical example away and take a look at how you can incorporate that into other drum grooves, other ideas. Put it into your own bass lines. Experiment and have some fun with it. Thanks so much for checking out this lesson, guys. If you would like to see a full extended version with some additional stuff, you can click the link to my website down there in the description. You'll also find an ever-increasing transcription vault. I'm releasing a couple of transcriptions a month. You'll also find articles that I've written, and a whole lot more. So like I said, link down there in the description. See you soon.